The only way I learned to survive lap 1 without a single incident was by crashing. A lot. I took the hard route, 5 years of racing, making every single mistake in the book, but today I want to give you the shortcut. You don't have to learn this the hard way. Lap 1 madness, it's not just bad luck. It's predictable, it's avoidable, and once you know what to look for, you'll start surviving and gaining while others throw away their races in turn 1. And I want to start with the habit of scanning for open spaces on the track. At the start, everyone tends to bunch up in the same place. Notice here how everyone stays on the right side, we take the open track on the left, and as a result, we're able to overtake 3 cars in a single corner without risking anything. So train yourself to look for gaps, open parts of the track where fewer cars are fighting for the same piece of asphalt. These spaces are safer and often faster because you avoid the chaos and position yourself to capitalize on other people's mistakes. Step 2 is to actually know how many cars the corner can handle. This is a big one. Not all corners are created equal, some comfortably fit 2 cars side by side, others barely fit 1. If someone tries to force a 3 wide into a corner that realistically fits 2, a crash is almost guaranteed. The key is to know the track. If you're aware a corner is tight or has limited visibility or runoff, then don't fight aggressively there, especially on lap 1. If someone's making a risky move, it's often smarter to let them go and avoid the mess. You can always get them back later when the race settles down. It's not about giving up, it's about surviving when others don't. But this next step is actually crucial. This is a lesson I learned the hard way. If you have to go side by side with someone on lap 1, the inside line is almost always the safer choice. In 99% of the corners, being on the outside is far more dangerous because if the driver next to you makes a mistake or run wide, you're the one getting pushed off. And generally on the outside of a corner you have gravel traps and walls, so your race could be over in seconds. By staying on the inside, you control the risk better. You have the track limits on your side, and even if things get tight, you're less likely to be the one showed off. Just make sure you commit on the inside fully and leave enough space for the other car. Hug the apex so that you don't become the one causing the crash by pushing someone else off the track. And if all this makes sense, give this video a like and a subscribe, helps me know you're enjoying it. Now, this might sound obvious, but I see this mistake all the time in races. Drivers stare at the car directly in front. That's not enough. In this clip, the crash was avoided simply because the driver was looking far ahead into the corner, scanning what was happening beyond the cars directly in front. That's what you need to do on lap 1, especially when the field is bunched up. You have to train your eyes to be proactive, not reactive. Look through the gaps, read the body language of the car ahead, and anticipate trouble before it happens. If you can spot brake lights, sudden direction change, or smoke 2 or 3 cars ahead, your chances of avoiding a pileup go way up. And equally important, don't glue yourself to the car in front. It's tempting to draft tightly and gain every inch, but if they make even a small mistake, you're going straight into them. Instead, leave a healthy buffer, just enough to react without giving up position. Better vision and better spacing mean better survival chances. Next on the list we have the cold tires. Cold tires mean less traction, longer braking distances, and lower cornering grip. If you brake like it's lap 5, you'll overshoot and possibly end someone's race, or your own. So what you must do is load into a session, drive straight out of the pits, and do a few laps without warming up. Learn how the car behaves in those first corners, how much grip you don't have, how early you need to brake, and how carefully you must apply the throttle. That way, when the lights go out, you're not guessing, you already know where the limit is. Which leads us to the next tip, the ratings. Ratings don't tell the whole story, but they can give you clues. If you missed qualifying and find yourself starting behind lower rated drivers, it's smart to adjust your expectations. They might brake earlier, carry less speed, or be less consistent when going side by side. This doesn't mean you should look down on them. It means you need to give a bit more margin. Anticipate early braking points. Don't assume they'll hold a clean line under pressure. And most importantly, adapt your aggression based on who you're racing. The opposite is also true. If you have a high-rated driver behind you, you can usually trust them more in wheel-to-wheel situations. They're less likely to make desperate moves, more likely to respect your space, and better at controlling their car under pressure. That doesn't mean you should let your guard down, but it does mean you can race a little bit more confidently. You also need to know when to defend and when to let go. Sometimes the smartest move is not to defend. If a clearly faster driver is gaining multiple tenths every corner and is glued to your rear bumper, chances are they're going to get you sooner or later. Fighting hard in these situations only increases the risk for both of you. You see this in real life racing all the time. Smart drivers pick their battles. If the pace difference is big, let them go safely, then try to follow them. You might even learn from their lines, braking points, or how they manage lap 1 traffic. By not forcing a scrap you can't win, you reduce the chances of a contact and set yourself up for a stronger race overall. And finally, this one might sound a bit silly, but it made a huge difference for me. I started imagining that I was racing my own car, one that I actually paid for. If I scratch it, bend a suspension arm, or slam it into a wall, it's my wallet that takes the hit. That mindset instantly changed the way I approached lap 1. Suddenly, reckless dive bombs and risky side-by-sides didn't seem worth it. I became more calculated, more patient, and a lot more focused on self-preservation. This mental trick helps you treat other cars with more respect too, because in real life, contact isn't just a reset button, it's the end of your weekend. And if you start treating lap 1 like real racing, you'll finish more races, gain more positions, and become the driver others actually want to race around. With all this being said, lap 1 doesn't have to be a gamble. Although sometimes it's out of your control, and that's okay. With this video, you've learned the shortcut that it took me years to figure out. So now, go use it. Next time you're on the grid, remember these tips, stay sharp, and let everyone else make the mistakes. Like the video and subscribe if you find it useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the track. Bye bye.